do you think these match up against one another?
Well, I think that Evil Geniuses have a really good setup here with the Jinx Tristana for late game carries and a beefy front line. So if they won 10-person party.
A little bit of zoning off, both sides very aware of the other's presence here in bot lane. Huhi getting quite chunked down. Someday putting himself in front, goes for the flash, gets the flash out of Stixay. EG want to grant that as enough of a reward for pushing forward, so they go into the cove, but FBI is in dangerous territory, bringing the sweeper out to get that last look onto the AD carry of EG, but they do retreat without giving over a kill.
The big event as well, finding River as he's crossing over, so EG.
Oh, Jojo in some trouble, does flash towards tower as River shows his presence.
Nice little job here by River.
And allowing the rest of the team to proceed. As a leading voice alongside Gory, you gotta look out for Gory too to be able to hold strong in that mid lane. Inspired making the play, knocking him towards Jojo. Last hit, not able to commit for the kill. One tower shot puts Jojo low enough to back off.
Yeah, Gory flashes him under tower. I thought he was going to push him even further under tower with the W, but did not.
Someday flashing away. River here in response. First blood drawn by Golden Guardians.
You can say, fine, do your Rift Herald, Evil Geniuses. We will just take the dragon. We've got Heimerdinger turrets, plenty of extra DPS here to make that pretty quick as well.
Neutral objectives traded across the map. Golden Guardians picking up this first dragon for themselves. And then all the while Inspired working to finish off the Rift Herald on the top side. And then Jojo gets the chance to just keep farming up, keep becoming that strength later on in the game. This also allows Evil Geniuses to offer more pressure onto Licorice, who it does Vikla play as well. And
oh, man.
Oh, there's the land and the stun up. Jojo's hopping in right now, trying to make use of that Tristana, using the Buster Shot into the rest of the team. And that one is clean. Finish off with a kill for Jojo. River risking to be next, but has...
There's no biggie. Shrug that off. As soon as that Ash Arrow is up, though, that cooldown we're talking about, he just nails Gory with the flash. Oh, that is a heartbreaker because Tristana annihilates turret plates, explosive shot on them, Rift Herald charging through, 4 turret plates. That is...
And it is showing in his build thus far with that mythic completion. EG nearly cresting to 1K soon enough in their gold lead. But the proactivity have been working out so far with another land here from Vulcan, and following up with Inspired throwing out the ult, and there are a couple roots onto multiple members, which means an immediately blast of Huhi. Golden Guardians down their support. The sacrifice they'll make for those ults used by EG.
This is looking really one-sided so far. So they will be able to start it up for themselves, but Evil Geniuses, look at those cooldowns. Ash Arrow and Maokai Ultimate have just come off cooldown. They're going for it again.
Golden Guardians have to be scared of that. And there's Maokai ult right here. Gets a route onto River. But in the end, Golden Guardians were postured for Dragon. They take it, and EG don't contest too much.
Sure, it's going to die, though, and it's going to get Jinx excited. So Golden Guardians, while they did get the objective, they give up the mid lane control to do so.
And another hit from Enchanted Crystal Arrow, followed up by the Jinx Rocket. You got so many long-range ults to just chunk some...
4 people. Vulcan heads up, he clears out the vision, and they will just pick up the Rift Herald to continue taking down turrets. Jojo gets hit by the seismic.
Jojo in it, lands an E onto Gory, but can't charge it up, and the damage back is too strong. Buster Shot to get Gory off of his back. Presence of Evil Geniuses, Vulcan wanting to set up the play for Inspired, but Licorice started walking away so quickly to be able to create that space before the attempted dive.
Tickles. Not an Ash Arrow fired here by Vulcan because he knows it'll just get reposted. And another calm, collected play here from Evil Geniuses. Pretty similar to the first time around. And Jojo pushing mid here with Tristana explosive shot means they get the Herald's second charge off on top side while pushing mid wave and have plenty of time to reset for the Dragon. So this one, 50 seconds in the future. You don't want to pause at least. You know, the AD carry is trying to worry about some flanks. Licorice, though, under attack.
And this time walking right into the arrow. Not in line for Jinx, but in line for the slams from Someday and Jojo. Rocket jump forward, last auto to do it. Jojo with the kill.
All right. His last auto was enough damage, so technically the flash was an extra expenditure, but a super high value. Again, arrow from Vulcan finds a kill, and Someday teleports down. It's a double teleport back to the Dragon. EG, they're going to get their pick, and they don't want to give it up. This wall is pretty early.
EG aren't in the vicinity just yet. Posturing as Golden Guardians wrap around through jungle to get the angle onto the dragon. They know they have the tools to get in there to try and attempt to steal if they want, but now are worried about the poke being thrown by Evil Geniuses. Vulcan marked low with Someday zoning off river. They try to turn towards dragon and have to be wary of the teleport on the backside, getting the route onto river. Licorice wrapping around. Inspired, does he see him? Joins the jungler. The Soul Later put in some work. Gory getting a kill. It's Golden Guardians throwing back on this fight. 3 of them taken away. Onto the dragon they go. Someday and Inspired can't.
On JoJo, 9 on FBI, so neither of the high damage carries are here. It's just the tank frontline, low damage, no Cassante ultimate, no nothing here for EG. If they managed to do anything, it would be a miracle.
And that arrow was thrown out for mostly vision because of the timing before anyone can come through. Not enough from the rocket from FBI, so a secured Baron here by Golden Guardian. They are in the game of League of Legends, but JoJo's definitely one at the top that really feels in tune with how he plays and how he really tackles the game from that competitive angle, and being a condition for Evil Geniuses right now to keep up that pressure on the turrets.
Versus double AD carries, Steel Caps plus Warden's Mail on the Fiora. Even the Fiora is decently tanky against the triple AD carry comp. As long as he doesn't have to fight all of them. Licorice now is walking right up into JoJo, as you can see on the mini-map, while the rest of the team finishes off the Baron.
There's the arrow coming through, not hit by anyone. Golden Guardians with 2 roots from Inspire. The teleport coming in from EG as well. Talia wall gone to separate. River going in with a Cyclone Someday over the wall. A big blast of damage onto FBI, who's zoned out. Stun and lock. Vulcan's out of it. Huhi next to fall, and they're shut down onto JoJo. Golden Guardians turning onto the damage output of EG and taking it away. It's a triple kill for Stixay. What are you gonna do when Golden Guardians take control of the play? EG running away at the work that GG's been putting forward.
And I think they should just retreat for the Baron here. They push up mid lane with 30 seconds left on Tristana, 24 seconds left on Inspired here. Also no teleport on the Tristana. Yeah, they are gonna pick that one up, no problem for themselves. Golden Guardians, really nice job. They have a split push on bottom side. All they have to do is block the rocket here. They finish up the Baron, but Licorice splitting on bottom side, while the rest of Golden Guardians with so much damage in this team comp, they melt through the Baron. Even though it's one of his most famous champions, I always think back to CLG, MSI days. It's nice to see him doing really well yet again, and Golden Guardians fighting their way here through playoffs.
It's one of the most intriguing things I feel about players like Stixay that have been around for quite some time, have these picks that remind you of previous peaks in games and bringing it down to the present.
And there you see JoJo trying to get an objective bounty on the Triss Danger, and with the Baron buff still on, they can finish the push.
And now JoJo making that rotation to try to collapse with Evil Geniuses. Golden Guardian still pushing onto this turret and applying the pressure. Licorice has that teleport available to join them. They've got the...
It's going to be pretty difficult. We saw just a last whisper coming in from JoJo, so still pretty far behind the curve here, EG. Golden Guardians looking for the kill blow.
Around EG, going in for it. River cycloning in the wall to have some separation. Going into stasis, JoJo keeps himself alive for a temporary amount of time. Stixay popping off at it again. Licorice going into the back line to get the double kill here. It's a good play. It's an ace for Golden Guardians.
And it's the game for Golden Guardians. Game number 1 already. Golden Guardians, massive stuff here. They give Licorice the counter pick again. They're rolling off of that confidence over the 100 Thieves win.
Woo! Lord, Golden Guardians, a statement in game number 1.